I think I need some McDonald's and some donuts.
Well, when was the last time you had McDonald's?
Been at least 2 weeks.
That might be your problem.
I think I'm going through McDonald's withdrawals.
After this video, we might have to make a stop.
Yeah, I was going to throw some donuts in there too, but man, now if I eat if I have anything with sugar in it, I got a headache like 2 minutes later.
This is RL behind the mask. The curtains pulled back.
This is what a bad day looks like.
God. So what, you're just have no energy today is what the deal is?
Yeah, that's exactly what the deal is. It feels like the first time I've ever been on a bike.
No motivation, no will to ride.
Well, that frickin' Haro DMC, man, is sucking the life out of me, man. All I do is think about what would be the best brakes to put on that? What size wheels? I got to get a free coaster that fits. It's got to be this. Blah, blah, blah.
Well, it's coming together.
It's coming together nice, but man, you know, then you second guess. You get it right, you're like, that looks good. And then the next day you're like, are you sure that looks good? Maybe you could make it better. Maybe we should just reinvent the wheel all over. So I was talking to John Bilgens yesterday morning. And we were talking about, you know, building just what you go through to build a quality bike, you know. And he said, man, when that bike gets here, if it isn't exactly how I designed it, it hurts. He goes, it's like, it breaks my heart. Yeah. I can feel the pain, and I'm like, I remember that feeling. And so then I was like, man, how could I push this onto John so that I don't have to be so connected, but it's the bike that I want to ride. But that ain't. Well, here's what I'm thinking. I'm hoping that if something happens with Haro and me, that Joe and John and I can spread some of the stress out a little bit between trying to make a, you know, I mean, they already make good bikes, but I mean, you guys wanted to know what was inside my head. This would satisfy my head. I don't know.
There's not too much going on in there.
There's not much. Right now, it's a black hole.
All right, well, today we're out here because we wanted to film a riding video for you guys. But this one's going to be a little different. We were thinking of just doing what we're kind of calling like fundamental skills. Just show you guys kind of some exercises that it's not really a freestyle trick or anything, but it's little training exercises, I guess, that you can work on to help with other things for riding. Right. So
foundational skills.
Yeah, foundational skills. I've done a lot of these exercises where I start my rides with some of these, and I've noticed that it translates pretty quickly into helping with the specific tricks that I'm working on. So that was pretty cool. And they're just also fun to do. It's a good workout. It's cool. It's challenging. Yeah. And it's something too that you can improve on or see improvement on kind of on a daily basis. So you can kind of set goals with it. And it gives you a motivation or something to kind of work towards. So that's what I like about it.
Yeah, you know, and it's funny because whenever I'm learning a new trick, I go through, it's like I'm trying to break down this heavy math, which I'm not good at math, but you know, it's just the way you do it. You break it down. What's the balance point? How far lean, you know. Yeah. And here's the deal. You just do it over and over and over and over. And by accident, you will learn the correct way to do it that works for you. It's maybe different than everybody else. But that's why that repetition is so important. And I'm learning to do peg wheelies. Sounds so simple, right? Peg wheelies without a platform is a whole different game. The bike's real sloppy, it goes everywhere. And what I'm learning is a lot of the balance is in the bars. The bike's got to be steep, and you're using your bars to move it around, you know? And it's those little nuances that kind of make things work. Yeah. You just can't read something and go learn. It'll help you. Yeah. You got to do it over and over.
And I found doing it over and over for me helps a lot, you know, but after a while, sometimes I find if I'm like stuck on the trick, it helps if you kind of like walk away from it, try something different and then come back. Yeah. And I found too with these exercises, it's kind of like, it's a good way to try something different while also still developing your skills that are going to help for that trick, which is, I found really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, yeah, that's a good point. You know, for me, and everybody learns different, but I get so pissed and sick of doing the same thing over and over and, you know, constantly crashing and you just want to have the trick down. And eventually you get so sick of it, you just decide to do it, you know, and or a friend comes by and he's watching you, you know, that changes everything. Pressure, it's just a whole different atmosphere, and that could cause you to do it or ride better. So, you know, there's all kinds of things that make you want to get through it, you know.
Yeah, so we've got about around 10 different exercises we're going to show for you guys.
10?
They're quick. Don't worry.
That's the first time I heard that number. You said a couple foundational skills.
A couple or 10. So we're going to show you, we're going to walk through those for you guys. Before we get started though, I want to remind you guys as always to like the video if you haven't already and just subscribe to our channel. That helps a lot. And then also we have our new line of merch out, the Ring of Fire line, which I'm sure you guys have seen us promoting. That's available now for pre-sale, and we have a giveaway going on where when you order your pre-sale items, if you share a picture on social media and tag us in that picture, you'll be entered for the giveaway, which is a free t-shirt, beanie, and sticker pack. So that's for the Ring of Fire collection, and all you gotta do is, you know, share a picture on either Facebook or Instagram, tag us in it of your pre-order purchase, and then you'll be entered. So, you got anything you want to say before we get started?
I always have something to say.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking there's so many people that are involved with this now, what we're doing. Yeah. And I just want to mention these guys. William Johnson, I talk to almost every day, and he is a college-educated welder, weld professionally for a long time, been in BMX forever, so he understands. And I'm learning so much from William. And you know, I'll say, hey, I want to do a break like this. How do I do a support that's clean? And he's got it. Yeah. You know. So William, I really appreciate your input and all that. It's very helpful. Brian Bennett, same thing, man. I don't know where he got his brain. That guy's got the most. He knows everything about everything, it seems, and he's funny as hell. But Brian has also been pitching in ideas and helping us get the stickers done and the paint job, and he just handles it, man. He just handles it. Here's what we're gonna do, you know. Of course, and Shay Snow, man. You know, if I'm not an artist, but I know that an artist suffers, just like John and I do suffer about wanting the bike right. He does about his art. Except for it's a personal investment too. He even said when a piece of his art, like he sells big real art, you know, beautiful work. And
I'm picking up a couple pieces.
Are you?
Yeah.
Really? Which ones?
Some of the firework ones.
Oh yeah.
Those were really cool.
I should get that skeleton that he did with a sparkler.
That would be cool.
But he said today, when someone buys a piece of my art, one of my arts pieces, whatever you call it, he goes, it's like, I know my kid's going to a safe home that'll be his forever home, you know. I'm like, oh my God, I know that attachment feeling. But
those are the people you want to buy stuff from.
Yeah. It's, you know, I mean, he challenges us, right? I mean, Jesus, 12 colors in that fire ring picture, and we're going to Australia now for the stickers on the General, but I've never learned so much from an artist that does stuff in the way that he does it. And I'm on that train with him because he doesn't give up. Yeah. He just wants the best, and there's no option. Like same as John Bilgens. Eric Wolf, I talk with Eric Wolf a lot, and I send you my best, Eric. I hope you're feeling good, man. I hope things are working out. Eric and I talk about his bike quite a bit. He's got a lot of good input. And then you, Dylan, you know, when I'm online, it's Dylan and Shay. It's like, man, I'm so glad I'm not in that mess because they break down everything, all these different files that have to go to the printer and how we're going to do these colors. I mean, it's been months they've been going through that. Yeah. And man, I'm lucky to have you. And the stuff you're doing with the videos is really cool.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Who am I forgetting? Because I know there's other people. You know, Todd Lyons supplied us with SE bikes, which is, man, that opened up a whole nother world. Big bikes, fat bikes. BSD, man, they showed me quality. BSD, man, that was like a whole new level of quality I didn't know existed.
Flatland Freestyle.
Flatland Fuel.
Flatland Fuel and JD Cycle Supply.
JD Cycle Supply, those guys have been helping a lot. Etnies Shoes.
Oh yeah,
man.
John Pova.
Man, I put on, those shoes changed my riding. I'm not going to say like I was better, but it made things easier. And my shoes are, and my feet are more protected. There's one other one. We're going through, Albies.
Oh yeah.
Flip.
Albies,
Flip at Albies, man. This guy, I told you guys this, I go, hey, does anybody make a 20, nobody makes what I want. That's a guarantee. If I want a 26-inch fork with U-brake studs, they don't exist. Never have, never will. So Albie's like, yeah, no, nobody's making. And so we forgot about it. He called me back an hour later. He goes, so I called Haro, told them to check their warranty department, and they're going to get back to me. And also S&M said they'd build a pair. Huh. And I didn't even ask him to do that. He just did that. And he knows his shit too. He's just like Patrick at Flatland Fuel. He knows what he's talking about, you know, what kind of axle for what dropouts. And it's such a gift to have people like that go beyond what they're supposed to do. And that just helps so much. So all you guys, man, you guys are all part of this and making this happen. We couldn't do it on our own. Yeah, what's the first one? Dylan's going to pick them. I'm just going to do them, man. Hopefully I do them.
All right, so here we are for the first foundational skill exercise. This one's basically for learning your brakes, as well as like balancing on the bike, learning how to move the bike around or getting it to, using your body and twisting your body to get it to move around. And basically just lock up both brakes, and
you can kind of just sit in one spot. You can do the side thing like this. You have to move over.
I like doing just hop, or like, trying to do a full circle with the front, moving the front wheel only. Can you do that?
Yeah.
That's my warm up. Yeah.
We're like doing a clock.
Yeah. So this is like one of the first things I started doing when I got into riding, when my dad and I started doing this together. First day I could only maybe do like one hop maybe. But I tried to set a goal for, a little more in terms of the number of hops each day. And now it's, I try to do for a straight minute at a time before I get into riding each day, and that really helps. It warms you up too. It's a good exercise.
I just ran a marathon. It helps to lean back and makes front end lighter, and then to recognize the subtle movement. The sooner you can, the better off you are. Whatever you're trying, what we're doing is correcting to keep our balance.
Yeah.
If I fall to my left, I catch myself. Left, catch.
And then if you want to get fancy, you can move the back wheel while keeping the front one.
Or you could just learn to preload.
Yeah. Show them where you move the back wheel.
What?
You keep the front one still, but you just move the back.
I don't remember doing that.
Yeah.
That's easier.
Huh. Cool, so that's our fundamental skills exercise number 1.
You try it without brakes, or little, just a little nose wheelie.
Alright guys, so this is number 2, or exercise number 2 for our foundational skills. Basically what we're working on here is just learning how to balance on your pegs, both front and rear. So you want to show them I guess show them this one, using the front pegs and balancing on the wheel like that.
What were you going to say, do the 180?
Yeah. This is more for the back pegs here. You don't want to do it again?
Yeah, these are hard. Put a lot of air in your tire. I'll make this trick a lot easier. Whew.
Alright, so this is foundational skill exercise number 3, and we're going to be learning how to roll backwards.
Number 3? I thought we were like number 8. Okay, so rolling backwards, I mean, a lot of people got it built up as a hard trick. It's like any other trick, just repetition, you'll do it. Here's the easy way, it's safe. That's what's cool, it's safe and easy. The process is easy. You're basically just learning how to steer with your front wheel. Steer with your handlebars while you're rolling backwards. Instead of rolling forwards, you just reverse the steering, kind of like one of them tractors you see at Amazon. So just drag your feet and learn how you catch yourself.
Definitely good to do it on a hill or a slight hill.
Yeah. Here's the cool thing about this trick. You start out, I don't know how you could get hurt doing this. I could probably get hurt doing this, but just tip, tip, tip. And that opens up all kinds of tricks. And that'll really, that'll blow your fundamental skills right through the roof. No, it's a good one to learn.
You want to try it standing up with your feet on the pedals? So sure. Like kind of the next step. And this is cool too because this kind of helps you learn how to use your free coaster.
Leaning back helps. Leaning back, and I pinch my seat with the inside of my legs. Just keep staying steady and just keep moving your bars. That's one thing that really helped Dylan was, I told him, just move your bars. I didn't know it was going to work, and he just started whipping his bars. And I think that during that process, he figured out which way it's got to go.
Yeah.
So if you get locked in the hole in your bars, you just fall over. Well, you got to move your bars to catch yourself.
Yeah.
So it's maybe I lock my legs so that I don't have to worry about my free coaster catching.
Leaning back definitely helps.
Yes.
Yeah, and this does help you with learning how to use
If you're over the bars like this, man, the steering is so quick.
Yeah.
But if you lean back, lock your seat, it's...
And I'd say this is a good way to learn how to engage and disengage your free coaster and just get used to how to use that while riding.
Yeah, definitely, which is a whole, you know, you got that much play. And you're not going to go flying off the back unless you're like whipping into it at 100 miles an hour, then
Yeah.
you might.
You want
But
to get a clip of me doing this real quick?
yes, but I want to say one more thing.
Okay.
This really works for me if I'm trying to do nose wheelies or hang fives, Scheibergs, whatever. And it will help with Dylan on wheelies. If you go to a parking lot and you got parking lot lines, like, can we shoot that?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say I'm going to do my endo right here, and all I want to do is roll back to that line. That's my goal, my whole goal in life, just to make it to that line. Okay, cool. Now you go for 2 lines, you know, and that psychologically gets your mind off every little detail, and it gives you something to try for. That's so helpful.
It is, yeah. I've been doing that with wheelies as well, and that helps a lot.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna try it out then.
Wow, that was good. Try leaning more back, pinching your seat with your inside of your legs.
All right, guys, this is gonna be number 4 for the foundational skills exercises, and this is what, bunny hops, learning how to bunny hop.
Starting from the beginning,
Yeah.
this is like the bunny hop cavemen used to do. It's just pulling up everything. That feels horrible. But that is the handlebars and your pedals. I got my feet and I'm using the spikes on my pedals. And then you don't even really have to spend time on that. You might as well go to just a little wheelie and just get used to that, lifting up the front wheel a little bit, not a big giant wheelie, and lifting the back end, which is going to be kind of with your pedals and your bars.
And then from there, work on trying to hop up onto something.
Yeah, or like, you know, that guy that rides for S&M, he does manuals and then hops.
All right, we're doing number 5 now, which is learning how to manual. And I mean, this one's definitely tougher, but manual on the pegs or the pedals.
Let me do this on the big bike.
Huh? Okay. So I find it easier to do the manuals while I have my feet on the pegs. So I kind of start with that. I can't even really do any manualing yet, but the pegs is definitely what I'm learning right now.
Ready?
Yeah.
God damn it.
And what, you're just using your leg for balance, that other leg?
It's supposed to be like that.
Whoa!
Okay, so you should use both. The first one with my leg way out there.
Yeah.
That's not how to learn it. you want to get so good at the subtle movements that your balance leg just stays right there. In fact, I seem to be, when I do it without brakes, I seem to concentrate a lot more on my balance.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you have your brakes, you start relying on it, and really, the brake screws up your momentum, it throws you forward, it kind of messes things up. So try it without brakes, and the higher, have your arms bent. Have the bike a little higher. I know I'm not that high, but it's easier to control with moving your bars like this. The bike is higher.
Yeah.
And have your foot, the arch of your foot on the center of your axle pegs tight against the frame. Some guys even put their toes, like if you had a platform, they put their toes right there, and that gives them some stability.
Okay. And what do you think is easier, pedals or pegs for the manual?
Well, pedals is more risky because you're committed, you're locked in. And if you don't have really good brakes, you could have a problem. But so for learning, I would say pegs, but I think manuals on the pedals is way cooler, way good, better looking.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'm still trying to learn the peg version. I can't even think about trying the pedals yet.
Watch that guy. This guy has these long dreads. Maybe his name is Sims. He rides for S&M. Oh my God. He manuals up to a chain that's like this high. Bunny hops, lands in a backwards manual, and comes out of it.
Yeah.
He could manual. I mean, it's just insane what he does with manuals. If you want to really see where you can go with it, check out that guy.
Chase Hawk too. He's crazy.
Chase Hawk.
Yeah, I see him. He'll do like a manual out of the bowl, do a big air, then land in the manual, go to another jump out of it while manualing the whole time.
Even the mountain bike guys, they'll hit a big double and manual down the back side and and manual to like the next double. It's like, man, that is all the transition changes and speed changes and everything, and they're just like,
yeah. Okay, do you remember what number we're on? I think this is 5 or 6. But anyways, this is one I like to do a lot, just riding curbs basically. It helps me work on my balance a lot. Really just trying to see how far I could ride on them. One thing I worked on too is once you get better, when you come off the curb, trying to kind of like bunny hop off of it. That helps a lot too. It's fun if they're going downhill too, because you start gaining speed. You go really fast. We'll see what I can do though. This feels weird on your bike. It helps to learn too, or it helps with learning how to bunny hop onto the curb. Ah! Alright guys, so that wraps up all of our foundational skill exercises. I know they work a lot for me in terms of just when I practice them every day, I notice my riding getting better. My feel on the bike gets a lot better too, and just overall it feels like I'm getting more control over how to move the bike around. You have any thoughts to say before we go?
Yeah, even when I'm doing them, you can see tricks coming out of it from the little movements and things you try. You get ideas like, oh, this could go to that, or this could go to that. But yeah, the foundational stuff really helps when you're learning to move your bike around. That's what it really comes down to in freestyle. It's body English and how you move your handlebars and your pedals and your bike. It's moving your bike to keep it balanced or to go the direction that you want to go, right?
Yeah.
So learning that body English and how to shift the bike around is really important. You know, I was just thinking, it'd be really cool in dirt jumping if, you got your massive King Kong jump, and all the pumping into it. But over here, you got this little one. It's like 2-inch tabletop, and then it goes to a 2 foot, and a 4 foot, and then 6. And you just graduate up a little bit at a time. Yeah, it'd be so nice instead of going, all right, I made that 2-inch one. Now I got to go for the 70-foot gap, you know.
Yep.
So that's what we're trying to do here. And then we're talking about doing another video on where you can take these foundational skills, how you move them into other tricks.
Yeah. Where to go once you've got them kind of nailed down.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, well, that kind of wraps up today's video. Before we go, I just want to thank you guys for watching. As always, we'd really appreciate all of your support, and I know I have a lot of fun making these videos. I think RL does too, right?
Yeah, Dylan had a ball today.
Yeah. Well, I guess you could call it, I'm like a videographer / professional babysitter. Adult babysitter.
No, I would say professional arguer. You like to argue. And anyways, there's one thing I was going to say is, you know, when you're messing around on your bike and let's say you do something weird and you're like, hey, that could be a trick. Follow it through, man. Just because it's you doing it and no one else has done it doesn't mean it's not going to be something. So I can't tell you how many tricks came out of mistakes. Probably the majority of them. Trying something and you're like, oh, hey, this happened, and wow, the bike spun that way. You didn't even know it could happen. Follow it through, man. Do the whole thing. You'll have your own trick.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, guys. Well, I guess we're gonna go now. Before we go, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And don't forget to tag us in a photo if you guys end up purchasing something from our pre-sale, and that way you'll get entered into that free giveaway.
All right, guys, take it easy.
Cool, yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys soon.